Hi, if you have millions of records and you want to move it from one AWS account to another, and you are trying with a traditional way, so it will take a lot of your time. If you have 1 TB or 2 TB files and you want to move it, so it will take almost 2 or 3 days to move all those files. So for this issue, I will work in data sync service of AWS. So starting from the step 1, I have created a source bucket here and put some dummy files, and then I have another bucket, the destination bucket I have created. I will move file to this account. So for step 1, just make sure you have a proper bucket policy here. So I have prepared some script already here. I will attach this script in the video description, so you will just copy it and paste it here. So I have 2 statements in this policy. The first statement is to allow specific actions to the this role and user, and the second is the same, like we have again allowing some other actions to the same user. So for this you will need to destination account ID. I will need to copy the destination account ID from here. Just replace it all title which I mentioned just for the reference. So destination account ID is replaced. Now we will need to create a role in the destination account. So going to the role section of the IAM role, just create a role here, select the AWS service, select data sync service from the drop down, and then click on the data sync. Move next, give this role a name. I am giving it a data sync role. So that's it, create a role. So once this role is created, you will need to open that role again, and will need to click on the create inline policy. So once the inline policy is open, click on the JSON format here, okay, and go to the text again. I have again some policies here, some statements, so I will need to copy this and will paste it the destination role section. So we are again giving some access to this bucket, source bucket. So what is our source bucket? Our source bucket name is S3 source 01. Replace it with your source bucket. Okay, same here, review policy, and give it some name, migration policy, create policy. Okay, so when it's created, it will assign to that role automatically. So it's created, and now we have a proper role here. Moving again to the source bucket, so I have created this role in the destination bucket and mention it here. For the next step, I will need to mention here my current login user, which I have set up in the terminal. So in terminal, you will need to integrate the AWS CLI and just configure your destination account user here. So I have created a user in the destination account and configure it in the AWS CLI. Run this command to make sure that from which user I am logged in. So currently I am logged in from this user from the destination account. Alright, so going back to that source bucket, replace it with your name, and here as well. Okay, that's it. Save changes. We have some error here. Policy has invalid source. Okay, so source bucket is, we don't have any source bucket here, so we will need to add that bucket name here. We have a source bucket which we created, and we will need to mention that bucket name in this policy. So that's it for the source bucket. We are done with the source. Now moving it to the destination account. In the destination account, the first step is to make sure that your object ownership is disabled. So click on the permission tab, scroll down, you will find this tab here, edit it, and make sure that it's disabled. If it is enabled, make it disable, otherwise it will not working. Okay, moving it to the bucket policy. So for the destination account, I have also a policy. We'll need to copy this policy from here, paste it in the destination account, replace this ID again with the source destination account. Okay, replacing it with that one. And also I have a role, data sync role, in the destination account, and it's here. Okay, and then again I will copy my username from here, right, and we'll put it here. Okay, and then we will need to change the destination bucket name. All right, it's the bucket name. Save changes. So that's it for the destination as well. Then we will need to another step. So here is the command which is for to create a location in the data sync service. So if you have knowledge that about that data sync and data sync service, if you want to move data from one location to another location, so we will need to create a location here. So we will not create location from this button, we will create location from the command line because it's from the another account. So this command is to create a location of S3 in data sync, and then we have a bucket in S3 source bucket here. Okay, we want to create a source location. We have a class of standard, make it as it is, don't need to change it. And then we have here we have a role. We will need to add a role here which we created earlier in the destination account. So our role name is datasync-role, and we are using US East region. If you are using any other region, change it with your according your requirement. All right, and going to my terminal, and terminal paste this command and hit enter. So if you are it's return this location ARN, that's mean your location is created. If it's not return this message, that means your location is not created. So that's the main identity that your location is created. So as you can see, location is created here, and it's S3 source bucket here host. So and another step is, once location is created, go to task, create a task, create a new location, or choose an existing. So we will choose an existing location which we just created. So we are just created S3 source. Okay, click on next button. So in the destination location, you will need to choose the destination location. So I will just choose the S3 destination bucket which we created earlier. Class will be standard, folder will be empty. If you have any specific folder and you want all data to move that specific folder, you can do it. So for the role, I will assign a role which we created earlier. So that's it for this task. Create a task, give this task a name. I am giving it a migration. Leave it as it is by default. If you have you can change it with your requirement, or according to your requirement you can do it whatever you suit. Okay, going next, preview, it's looking fine. Create task. Okay, task is created, so now you will need to start this task. Just click on this button, task is started, and you can track your migration from the performance section. So it will take 2 or 3 minutes to prepare all the files, and will move it in bulk once it's prepared. So I will need to pause this video for a few minutes. We'll be back in a while. Okay, so it's took around 2 minutes. So all the files are moved to the destination account. As you can see, the status is success and files are transferred. So let me take a look at the destination account here. So as you can see, all files are loading here. So I have put some dummy files here, but I have also tested it with the TB files, and it's almost 10 times faster than the other way. So that's it for this video. Thank you everyone.